Hello, today I'll be reviewing the new P.O.D. album, Circles. So I am a fan of P.O.D. I do like Snuff the Punk and Brown. Even though the production on those albums aren't the greatest, I still do like those albums. And then of course you had fundamental elements of Southtown, which is easily one of their best and definitely has a lot of classics, and same with the next album, Satellite. And then of course Truby came into the band and they did two albums with him, the self-titled and Testify. And I like those albums, especially the self-titled. I think there's a lot of underrated stuff on there, such as the song Freedom Fighters. But yeah, I do like that album. Maybe their darkest album, but I like it. And then Testify is another great album. Also has some underrated stuff like Teachers and Sounds Like War. But of course, the bigger songs on the album, like Goodbye for Now and Lights Out, are great songs. But and then next you had When Angels and Serpents Dance, which is not one of my favorites, but does have its share of good songs though, like Shine With Me and of course the title track. But and then next you had Murdered Love, which I really enjoy that album. Definitely an excellent album, and I think one of the bonus tracks, Burn It Down, that is a really underrated song. If you're a fan of older POD, I can guarantee you will enjoy that song if you haven't heard it. But yeah, excellent song, excellent album. And then you had The Awakening, which now I did like that they tried to do something different with this album. They tried to do a concept album, and I think that they did a fairly decent job. It's just I like the lyrics were good. The Some of the instrumentation was pretty strong, but while there was some strong moments musically, there were also some moments that kind of bore me in a sense. But maybe it's more of a preference thing because this album isn't one. The Awakening isn't one of my favorites, but I do still like the album though, and it's definitely a unique album in their discography. So now we have the new album Circles, so let's go ahead and talk about it. The album starts off with Rockin' with the Best, which is pretty much standard POD, and the main problem I have with this song is that it feels a little too simplistic. And I'm not saying that all songs have to be super complex or anything, but with this song, I wish the song musically offered more, but that's just me though. It's just a little nitpick that I have with the song, but I do like the song. It does have some good energy, and I do like the flows from Sunny in this song, but it's a good song. It's a good way to start off the album. I just wish the song musically offered more, but again, still a good song. Next, we have the song Always Southern California, which has kind of a mix of rock and reggae, I like that mix, and to prove it, I like 311, and yeah, if you're a POD fan and you haven't heard of 311, I definitely suggest checking out the 311 song Down or Amber or Creatures. Those are some great songs to start off with if you're not familiar with 311. But anyways, Always Southern California, good song. I like it. And next we have the song Circles, or the title track, which it has a serious message. Now I've heard multiple interpretations of the lyrics for this song, so I'm not gonna try to pretend that I know the real message, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it does have a serious message, and while I do believe that the message of the song has been done many times in the past, I am still okay with the song existing, and I am okay with POD bringing this message to the world. I think they're doing a good thing by doing that. But there are certain moments in the song that I do enjoy, but there are also certain moments that I'm not really crazy about, like the part where the part where with lyrics like "poison kills the pain." That part of the song I'm not really a big fan of. I just wasn't really digging the vocals in that specific part of the song, but I mean, it's listenable, but I'm just not the biggest fan of that specific part. But the chorus, while simple, I don't mind it. But overall, the song is okay, but it's not really for me. It's not one of my favorites on the album, but it's a decent song though. Next, we have the song Panic Attack, which is definitely one of my favorites on the album. It's upbeat, catchy, and I like the melodies that follow the chorus after the second time they play the chorus. I like the melodies that follow right after. It's just really interesting, and Some of Sonny's flows in the song kind of remind me of Cypress Hill and Rage Against the Machine. And also, even some of the riffs kind of remind me of Rage Against the Machine, which is pretty cool because I am a big fan of Rage Against the Machine. But the riffs in this song are definitely some of my favorite riffs on the album. But Panic Attack is definitely a song that I can see being a fan favorite on the album. Next, we have the song On the Radio, which I believe this song is about loving a song that doesn't get on the radio, which is pretty interesting. And the verses kind of remind me of the Satellite era in terms of its riffs and in terms of its tempo. But yeah, I do like the song, and the chorus is pretty catchy. And again, I do enjoy Sonny's flows in this song too. But On the Radio is a pretty cool song. Next, we have the song Fly Away, which is mostly a reggae song. It's a pretty laid-back song. It's easy to follow, and I like it. Certain moments musically kind of remind me of Sublime, which is pretty cool. And now the replay value of the song is debatable, but I'd go back to this song personally. I do like the song. Next, we have Listening for the Silence, which musically kind of reminds me of the Truby era, specifically the self-titled album. And yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites on the album, and I like Sonny's voice in this song too, especially in the chorus. The chorus is maybe one of my favorite choruses on the album. I really enjoy the chorus, but Listening for the Silence is a pretty cool song. Next, we have the song Dreaming, which is lyrically strong, but musically doesn't grab me as much as other songs on the album. Is it a bad song? No, I just think it's only alright, but it does have its strong moments though. Next, we have the song Domino, which is a pretty interesting song. Pretty laid-back song with some island vibes, if you know what I mean. But yeah, musically pretty interesting, kind of different from the rest of the album. But yeah, definitely a unique sounding song on the album, and I can see myself going back to this song. Next, we have the song Soundboy Killa, which is a good mix of hip-hop and rock. But like Rockin' with the Best, I feel like this song is kind of same old P.O.D. Doesn't really bring much new to the table, but it doesn't have to. I do like the song, and the chorus is really catchy though. But Soundboy Killa is a pretty cool song. And now we have the album closer Home, which has some pretty chill verses, and then you get a pretty upbeat and hard-hitting chorus. And yeah, I really dig the chorus. It's definitely really hard-hitting and memorable too. But overall, I do like that they chose this song as the album closer. I'm glad that they chose a more hard-hitting song to close the album instead of like a sappy ballad, I guess. But Home is a good album closer. But anyways, so that's my review of the album. If I had to rate this album, I'd probably give it maybe a 7.5 or a 7.8, because there are some songs that I don't see myself having a really strong replay value, or I don't see some songs on here having strong replay value for me. But then again, I might not know. Maybe there will be multiple songs on the album that will really grab me and really have some strong replay value. But for now, there are only a few songs on the album that I can see myself going back to a lot, but there are also some songs that I don't think are really going to stick with me in the future. But then again, who knows? But yeah, I'm going to have to go with either a 7.5 or a 7.8. But that's my review for the new P.O.D. album. If you haven't heard it, definitely check it out. If you're new to P.O.D., I would suggest starting off with their album Fundamental Elements of Southtown. But yeah, let me know some of your favorite songs on the album, some of your least favorites. Do you like the production? Do you like the sound overall? And all that good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.